Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're jumping down into the world of Ethereum, taking a look at what's been going on most recently and what I would expect to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Now, if you have not yet joined us in Discord, the link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check that out today? And if you're looking for a little bit more from the crypto space, why not check out the new Cheeky podcast as well? Link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic way to stay up to date with all the latest in the crypto space whilst you're having your commute to the office. All right, guys, let's waste no more time. Let's jump down into this, right? Ethereum paired up with USDT on the hourly chart. Binance is the data source. Now, we were actually expecting a bit of a bounce earlier than what was actually going on, right? We actually seen a decline here, a little bit more steeper than we thought. I was actually expecting a bounce to the upside first. I thought maybe this was a leading diagonal. Now it's definitely not a leading diagonal. It's just a regular 5-wave structural move to the downside. And we are still waiting for that confirmation by going down lower than $1,043, as we spoke about yesterday. And it looks like we're so very close to it. It's probably going to happen very, very soon. But let's now go ahead and reanalyze this so we get a good idea as to where this bounce is coming, because there is a bounce that is due here. The only question is at what price are we going to start the bounce and where is it going to end? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these 5 waves for now, okay, and we're going to just take a look at this. I think that if there's a leading diagonal, it's going to basically be in this little section here. This is our second wave bounce, and then we have the third wave drop. Now we can confirm this by using the fib tools just to measure this distance. Move it over to here, and we can see that we've crossed this 1.618. So basically that makes the entire thing here a little micro 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3. We're looking for a bounce, then we're going to come down lower onto that kind of 5th wave. Once we hit this little 5th wave here, that is where we then start to see our bounce, okay, of significance, because what I think is actually going on is all of this is a little wave 1. We then bounce up into our wave 2. And then we drop down into a significant wave 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, so and there's a fair bit of work to be done here. Okay, this is a real micro movement. Okay, now what we're looking for is we're looking to go down lower than 1043, because essentially that means that this is just a zigzag pattern. I think we're pretty much there already, but we do need to confirm this. Okay, so once that is confirmed, this is our corrective move, which is our 4th wave move, and then we're looking to finish our 5-wave move, which has a 5-wave structure in it, right? So in that 5th wave, we're expecting a 5-3-5-3-5 structure, and inside those you could expect 5 waves here, 5 waves here, 5 waves there, so forth. So you kind of keep going down through those degrees, but for the most part, don't want to confuse anyone. We've got a 5-wave move here, and we are looking to kind of finish this off. There'll be some kind of small relief bounce, tiny little thing here, nothing to worry about, and then a drop down lower than 1043 in my opinion. It's also possible, I guess, that we kind of have it here. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, I guess, that right there is our 4th wave bounce, but I think it's not quite to the same scale, so I would still expect a little bit more, and then we'll pull back down, and then we'll look for a 3-wave bounce upwards, 1, 2, and 3, and that will go up somewhere here, right? So until we actually hit these levels, we can't predict out where that bounce is going, but I would estimate it's going to be inside this little yellow box area just here. Okay, I'm estimating that we probably won't go higher than $1,240, and we'll probably have that lower range of somewhere around that $1,150, somewhere in that kind of lower spectrum range. It's going to be quite broad. Actually, I mean, I'll probably say it's probably going to be somewhere in that 70 range. It's going to be in somewhere in here, I would have thought. A range that is significant, and it should be a reasonable size, but not too shallow or too deep, right? So it's going to be somewhere in there. Usually these things go anywhere between 50% and 88%, right? So you take this entire wave structure. Let's hypothetically say we go down to 1025, right? We take this entire structure here, and we can see that we potentially move up to this kind of range, right? So if I just draw this in somewhere around here, so 1145 to about 12.15, right? Something in like that. But until we actually complete the waves, we can't be sure about that yet. So we need to finish the 5-wave drop. We then need to see a 3-wave move up, and it's somewhere in this yellow box, in my opinion. But obviously, do remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you financial advice. All I can do is give you my thoughts and opinions on the data as I see it in the charts. And this is kind of what I'm looking at right now for Ethereum. Now, if I zoom on out and I actually tidy this up a little bit, I'm going to remove some of these, and I'll leave that 5-wave drop here, but I will remove these zigzag for now, because I think it's probably better to actually now label this up as an A, B, and C. Even though we haven't got confirmation, I think it's pretty much there. Confirmation will come once we drop down lower than 1043 or $1,043. Okay, so what I'm thinking is actually going on, as I kind of illustrated earlier, is this, right? So we have a wave 1 drop somewhere down here. Okay, we move up into our wave 2. We then pull back down into our wave 3. We have some kind of wave 4 bounce, and then we finish the wing off down here somewhere. Okay, my expectations on the lower side are ranging. Okay, if we take this low point here and we take this high point here, our low range sits in here between $700 and $807. Okay. And so this is kind of the target that we're looking for, okay? And so, you know, we've kind of got our expectations kind of set. Now we take this entire measurement, which we don't know where it's going to land just yet, but we take this wave 1, we move it to wave 2. We can see wave 3 normally comes down to 1.618. So we see the bounce and then we pull back down. And just like we did with Bitcoin, we can then hypothetically say, you know, our 4th wave bounce is here. Then our 5th wave might land somewhere there. Okay, so but until we actually finish all of those moves, we can't be more accurate than that for now. We can just use typical retracement levels that you would normally expect to see. Now inside here, we would also see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You'd have it something like that, and then of course 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, something like that. Okay, so again, you end up with a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5 structure inside here. Oh, let me actually go back. Where are you? There we go. So yeah, you end up with this this structural move, but again, you know, you don't necessarily know where they're going to go until you actually start to see the waves. Just the typical retracement moves for now, but essentially we're looking to finish off the first 5-wave move here. Okay, so you expect some volatility around that. Then we're going to have our 2nd wave bounce. We don't know how long that's going to take to play out either. Then of course wave 3 drop, and then a wave 4 bounce, and then again an additional final 5th wave going down lower. So for Ethereum here, this is kind of what we're tracking, right? We're looking pretty good. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and make sure that these are only on the hourly to 24-hour. We don't want it on the weekly. Let me get rid of that. Let me just check this one as well. We don't want that on the weekly. Okay. Let's now jump on up into our weekly chart. Okay, and what we can do is we can now start to actually take a look at this, because this is obviously what we're talking about, right? On a weekly chart scale, we have a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and we're inside this final 5th wave, in my opinion. We're doing wave 1, where we have a wave 2, 3, 4, and 5 still to come. Okay, so they take us down towards the $700 to $807 range, okay? So for everything that we're tracking, it's a real micro movement inside here, but the targets are the targets. They are currently set down there at $700 to $800, and essentially, yeah, we are now just starting that descent, but confirmation comes in once we move down lower than $1,043. Basically, that prevents that 4th wave from going any higher, in my opinion. We've completed that, and then what we're really looking for is a bounce for a wave 2 of significance. Like I said, 50 to 88% of the move of wave 1 should be retraced within wave 2. Then we drop down to 1.618 of wave 1, or well, yeah, 160, 1.618, so 168% of wave 1 dropping down into wave 3. Then, of course, we bounce for wave 4, usually about 38%, and then we drop down into, again, another 168% of wave 4 down into our final 5th wave low. That takes us to $700 to $800 range approximately, and we end up completing the bottom of the bear market for for Ethereum here. Now, there is, of course, one possibility that allows us to drop down lower than this, and that is if this 5th wave overextends. Now, a 5th wave can overextend quite a bit if you have a 53535 structure inside a 53535 structure inside a 53535 structure. So basically you end up with an overextension of the entire thing. So we watch out for those counts on the waves to see whether or not dropping down to like $300 is a possibility. But for now, we won't know that until we get much closer to the timing of where those waves actually are taking place. But for now, it's $700 to $800. But that could, of course, change if we do get an overextension later date. Guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe? Tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.